Yo, check out these Bionicle and Hero Factory pieces I found. They're in all sorts of colours that LEGO never officially made. So why are they in these colours? Well, that's because they're not official LEGO. These came from bootleg sets. I know, that's sacrilegious to some people. But I mean, we ain't getting any new Bionicle pieces or sets anytime soon. So if this is what we have to do to get new exciting stuff, well, I guess it's the next best thing, right? So let's dive into 3 bootleg sets. We'll check out some of the funky pieces that come with them, and I'll give you some ideas for how they could be used in your own custom creations, whether that's the bootleg piece or the official LEGO analog. Let's do it. Starting off with what feels like a holy grail to me. It's Serges Mask, but it ain't blue, it's red. Yo, this makes me dream of an alternate universe where we did indeed get recolored versions of Hero Factory masks, very similar to what we saw with early years of Bionicle. Oh, what a glorious thing that would have been. So this mask comes from a knockoff version of Serge. Why the heck does he look like this? Why does he have a red mask? That doesn't make any sense. But I'm not questioning it. I'm glad it happened. So as you probably would have guessed, the plastic quality on this kinda sucks. The limbs are incredibly loose. Sometimes he can't even stand up properly. Even just leaving him idle, his limbs will just flop down occasionally. But thankfully, the mask actually has pretty good clutch power, and the plastic quality isn't too bad. I'm glad that the very best part on this set actually happens to have the best plastic quality. But this set also comes with a few other noteworthy pieces. We've got this headpiece in a solid yellow, very fancy. We've also got a hero core in the same colour. If we compare this set to the original one, you'll notice of course that both of these pieces are translucent. Interesting. And then Serge's weapon, instead of being translucent, it is a solid silver all throughout it. So you know, even though bootleg sets have questionable quality, at least we do get some pretty cool pieces inside them. So look man, I highly recommend checking out a few sets like this. Bootleg stuff, knockoff stuff. You never know what kind of secret hidden treasures you might find. Like a red Serge mask. But how could you use these pieces in your own creations? Well, I've got a creation here by Vorox that uses the original version of that lightning piece. And he's turned it into a bit of a funky looking head design. This is cool. The electricity almost looks like a bit of a crown. I actually think this would look pretty good in a solid silver. It could make for an equally cool design. Now for that mask. So yes, of course, you better believe it. I took my original self-mock, Cossie, and I changed him up to be red. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my love of shiny Pokemon, or the fact that I love early Bionicle, which basically every set was the exact same thing, just recolored. Maybe it's all that stuff that makes me really appreciate recoloring a mock. There's something so satisfying about it, something so exciting. Hey, maybe you could recolor some of your own existing creations. A bit of a color swap might be a bit of fun. Now, before you ask, I was actually gifted this by a LEGO builder called Monarth. So I have no idea what company made this, where they got it from, and I'm 99% sure that they don't even sell these products anymore. Still, I guarantee you there's some company out there somewhere that's making something similar. You just gotta look for it. Okay, now for a real treat. I was gifted this set by a friend recently, and it is packed, and I mean packed, full of awesome recolored pieces. Let me quickly highlight the set itself, because visually it's very impressive. The shaping on areas like the torso and the legs, it's great. The funky gold and red color scheme is exquisite. I really like it. But the fact it looks good is a little bit of an illusion, because the plastic quality itself and the strength of the joints, they're not so good. The instructions ask you to do a variety of techniques that don't actually work or don't even fit together, and some techniques even put a heck of a lot of stress on some of the pieces. It does have some level of posability, as you can see here, although to put it in this pose, that leg is actually popped off, it's not even attached to the body anymore. Really, you can't move this without something falling off or not really staying attached. The same can be said for this chest piece on the torso. Even just breathing near it, it will fall off. The connection isn't sturdy whatsoever. But look, if you want a really nice display piece, that's exactly what this is. Just don't ever touch it, or try to move it, or try to pose it. you'll have less of a fun time. Now, if you are interested in getting one of these yourself, I have some links in the description for where you can buy it. However, like I said, I didn't buy this myself, so I'm not going to attest to these links being totally trustworthy. So if you do buy it at your own risk. I'll also throw a couple links in there for similar sets that are on websites like Temu if you really want to look into that kind of stuff. Again, buy at your own risk. But hey, the reason we're here, the pieces, the beautiful pieces. Look at this amazing amount of metallic gold that you get in this one set. You get a few nice Technic parts that have been recolored, but you also get a nice helping of Bionicle and CCBS pieces. Look at all of this. But the piece de resistance, this Ogre mask and this Pyrox mask in a beautiful shiny gold. Oh man. If we compare this color to the official LEGO metallic gold, it's essentially a perfect match. And that is good to see. I even played around with putting these masks on some of the official sets, and well, maybe it's a little bit of a goofy concept, but it kind of reminds me of like the G2 sets or the G1 sets, the ways that they would have golden masks. It's kind of a fun idea. So yeah, the parts are amazing. The color looks great, the durability, the clutch power, it's actually pretty good. There's a few other noteworthy pieces as well, various Bionicle related parts, stuff that's fairly easy to build with, you know? A couple other nice recolors, even a few brand new pieces too. And there's plenty more. I mean, hey, if you're looking for a parts pack, a non-LEGO bootleg parts pack, I recommend this set. But alright, enough talking about the pieces, how can we use them in our own creations? Bootleg or original? One piece I didn't mention yet are these trans-orange blades. Typically we saw these appearing in sets in gunmetal. Much like this mock here by KZI MOCs, he uses them for a funky face. But can you imagine this in trans-orange? A face that's literally engulfed in flames? That's pretty sick. So you could use those pieces like that. And then you could use these gold pieces, specifically like this torso for example, you could use it like Brandon Builds has done on his version of Takanuva. So I believe Brandon has painted these pieces himself, but at least this set does the paint job for you. And this is a nice reminder too that you can just put a nice little splattering of gold into your mock. I mean, this only uses like 4 gold pieces, and it looks really good. And thankfully you get so much gold to play with, you could easily do something that looks as good as this. Ogrim's gold mask is pretty cool. And so is the way that this mask is used on a mock that was built by Husk World. So he uses this as a funky little boss bar, fresh out of a video game. It's so clever. But he's also got a couple of these masks embedded in the armor on the torso. 2 great ways to use this piece. It would look good in dark green and in gold. And then what about Pyrox's wonderful mask? Well, Methodone uses 2 of the dark red ones here for some quite exotic leg armor. The way that it juts out like that, pretty fancy. How good would this look in gold? Alrighty, the last set we've got. This is from a theme called Ninja World. Well yeah, this Ninjago ripoff set. It features this strange looking beast with some really nice purple recolors. Before we look at those cool parts, let's take a brief look at this set. I'm gonna be real with you, this sucks. I do like the body shape. I really like these, I guess, wings. The way the blades jut out, it does look cool. This set has some good stuff, but these very gaudy, almost like 90s style stickers are an interesting touch. And the plastic quality is not so good. Even just picking this up, a bunch of pieces will indeed fall off. And then you got these minifigures, which just look a little bit weird. But I mean, who cares about the build itself? Look at these pieces. There's a few noteworthy ones, like these sick blades. Getting these in purple is a delight. The same can be said for these barbs, very nice. But dude, this mask, getting this in purple is a dream come true. Originally, of course, this mask came in orange in the set Nex 3.0. And hey, here's proof that the plastic quality for this mask is actually pretty good. It fits right on Nex's head with ease. Let's compare this to the 2 shades of official LEGO purple. Sadly, it's not a perfect match. It's a little bit closer to the older purple, which is nice to see. But yeah, when I put them on this all purple mock, it does stand out just that little bit much. I think it's still kind of passable, but sadly, yeah, not a perfect match, not like the last sets. Oh yeah, the back of the box, it showcases this other set that's a part of like the wave of sets. And this one has a red bulk 3.0 mask. I've been trying to track this thing down. I bought this at a store in Australia called Smart Dollar. I believe they have stores across the whole of Australia. But every time I visit these stores, they only ever have heaps of copies of the set I bought, not this red one. I'll find it one day, because that mask is cool. So that's the parts, but how could you use them in a creation? We'll of course start with this fantastic mask. I found a creation by someone named Billy Adam, and they used this piece on the head of a motorbike. I mean, that's a great way to stylize the front. All you gotta do is place a Patron on top who's riding this bike, and you got yourself something really, really cool. And then these purple blades. How could you use these, or some of the official ones? Rivel Bio uses them in gold, and they're placed down here as kind of like waistcloth. There's something very regal about this. It's very fancy, very ornate. It looks lovely. And it's interesting to note that the blades translate very well into cloth. It's some good stuff. So there you go, gang. That's some ideas for how you could use the bootleg or official versions of these pieces. And this is also a bit of a reminder that, hey, bootleg sets can have good pieces. Keep an eye out for them. You never know what treats might be waiting for you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now.